The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycon.
Live from Boomba's in Jeffersonville, girls high school basketball, Southern Indiana preview edition. Guys, basketball is here. I'm Chris Labar, that's former Jeff, and Providence boys coach Andrew Grants. Todd Carter begins his 10th season on the call here locally for Glycon. And guys, what are you most excited about this year?
Well, you just look at the talent in our area. I mean, there's a legit shot that we can have multiple state championship teams coming out of Southern Indiana.
Well, I'd echo that and also just say that local coaches began telling me 5 years ago, when this group of seniors that will be graduating this year, this is their senior season, they started telling me 5 years ago when these girls were 8th graders, watch out for this group of young ladies. They're really, really good, and that really seems to be the way it's been. So excited about girls basketball in Southern Indiana this year. So
girls basketball will start in just a couple of weeks. As you well know, it starts a few weeks ahead of the boys here locally, and several compelling storylines. Let's talk about Bordon first. They're the defending 1A champs.
Yeah, from coaching, finding the success is difficult. Keeping the success is even harder. So that challenge to come back and build on that and find those next things to work on and continue to grow, I'm excited to see how they handle that.
Well, and a little adversity with them to start the season, as leading star player won't be returning until January due to injury, but they're expecting her back, and you expect that could actually, as with Jeff Boy's team last year, could mean that the other young ladies step up, increase their roles in what they do, and they'll really be ready for her when they get it all together after January.
We will chat with 11 local programs, head coaches, many participating players will be here for the next 2 hours. Again, we are live at Boomba's 1450 Veterans Parkway in Jeffersonville. They've got a wonderful game day trio. It's their main attraction, including an 8-inch one-topping pizza, 6 wings, and a soft drink for $12.99. Stop by and tell them that Glycon sent you. Up next, we'll chat with Stacy Pendleton, his second season as the Providence girls basketball coach, and you'll hear from him next on Glycon.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycon.
Back live at Boomba's, Providence head coach Stacy Pendleton is on the hot seat. Coach, year 2 for you. What are your expectations entering this season?
So Well, we got high expectations this year. We've got a lot of kids back. We've got a couple of key players that were out all season last year with injuries. We have some other kids that have gotten a whole lot better last year, went through the trials and tribulations, and we just got better. And then we got Jada's really playing well. She's getting some college offers. So, my expectations are pretty high this year. I'm very, very excited about this year.
Coach, last year, you end the season, you win 3 of your last 5. You play, a Lanesville, very good Lanesville team, very close there at the end. So a lot of positive momentum to finish out the year. Talk about how that finish can help carry you forward into this season.
Well, with confidence, mainly. Even though we lost the game, they had beaten us by 30 about 2 months before at their place. But and then we came back, and I think it was a 4 or 5 point game. We scored 60 on them. So we scored more points on them than anybody else. So mainly with confidence. The kids learned that they can play with anybody because Lanesville was awful good last year. So it was great. Even if you can't really. It's hard to celebrate a loss, but in that case we kind of did. So it was just for confidence and knowing that we can beat anybody on a given night.
We've got 3 young ladies here joining us for Providence, and appreciate you guys stopping by. Libby Theobald, Kaya Kaler, and Jada Kemp. Jada, let's start with you, Jada. 14 points per game that you averaged last season. Just talk a bit about your development here entering this next season, your junior year.
I'm working on shooting better shots this year and more driving to the paint this year.
Let me ask you this. For your game in particular, Coach just talked about the confidence from last year leading into this year. Mm-hmm. What does confidence look like for you on the basketball court when you're playing confident?
I just play confident, and I like to give my teammates the ball. That's pretty much it.
Oh.
Libby, playing for Coach, just talk about what it's like to play for a coach that's had so much success at the high school level.
I just think it's really fun to have a coach who's so invested in us. And even though last year I didn't get to play, I still had so much fun just being on and a part of the team. So, yeah.
So, quick question for you. What is one area of your game that you've really worked on since last season that you're really trying to improve on the most?
Honestly, that's kind of a tough question because I didn't play last season, but just due to my injury. But yeah. I know from past seasons I've always tried to work harder on movement off the ball and just working on my shot and getting those good shots.
Awesome. So, can I say something? So, to watch Livy play, and if you guys get a chance to see her this summer or this winter, you'll understand. She brings so many things to the game. It's like if you just, it's a big old ball of everything. She's liable to get the rebound. She can guard anybody. She'll get it and push it up the court. So Livy's going to bring a lot to her team this year. Toughness. So she's been a little bit humble. She didn't miss the whole year, as did Kaya, but she brings a lot to the table for us.
Stacy, what's it like? And you've had so much success, but you're also sharing success with wonderful coaches Daniel McDonald and Ryan Miller in the Providence building. What's it like to have that great continuity of success there as a Pioneer?
Well, those guys are just lucky. And to have better players. I'm just kidding. I love those guys. Ryan is amazing to work with, and he's an exceptional coach. Coach Max, the same thing. It's really neat for me. I've never been in a place where they've won a football state championship, so it was so exciting, and I'm so excited because in a couple weeks we're going to be the school that wins a girls soccer state championship. Okay, hopefully. So then we'll have Trevor Black will join the ranks of the state championship winners at Providence.
How would you say that just having those other champions as far as the athletes go and just that culture that there is there at Providence with the expectation to win and win at a high level, how does that help you as a coach be able to connect with those players and maybe there's some things that you don't have to touch on as a coach because it's just the expectation. Can you touch on that a little bit? If they have a championship mentality, it goes across sports. The whole school has that expect to win mentality. That's I think, and you alluded it to. You talked about it last year that
you'd had 0 state championships when you were there, right? And now we've got a bunch hanging up there. So the championship mentality at Providence has really grown. I credit the administration. You know, they don't really they I don't want to say they don't get in our way, but they certainly give us everything we need to succeed.
Stacy, talk about your schedule a little bit. Anything stand out as you get set to line it up again?
So we open up with Jeff, which will be fun to watch because we're super fast. Okay, I told the girls in practice today I doubt if this was a track team, there's nobody in 2A that could hang with us. When Jeff's fast as well, so I'm hoping that's a track meet. I'd like to see it get up in the 70s or 80s. We'll see. As long as they don't have 70 and we have 40 or something like that, it'll be okay. But we're really, really fast. We go to Gatlinburg and play after Christmas. We play a few Louisville schools as well. Our schedule this year is tough. Last year's schedule was ridiculously tough because a lot of teams in this area were on an uptick, like Bordon and Floyd Central. So overall our schedule's tough. It gets us ready for the sectional in late January.
I have a question for the girls. If you'll just one at a time and pass it down. 3-point contest on the team of everybody. Who's winning the 3-point contest on the team?
Kaya right here.
Me or Jada? Me or Kaya?
Coach P.
Okay.
I do want to add. I want to make sure and add Kaya. It's just such a great pleasure to have her back. She had to sit and watch all year last year. So this season in particular it's going to be a lot of fun for me. Because they both had to endure tough knee injuries. So these three are just. We're going to look a lot different this year because of these three.
Coach, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck to you.
And we got Cam coming in late right here, so Camden Pierce.
Well, we'd love to get her on for a few moments.
Come here, Cam. Talk to her about your soccer season.
We'd love to get her on. That's Camden Pierce is on the air. Let's talk about your excitement level this season for basketball.
Oh boy, definitely excited. Senior season. We're coming in strong, have a bunch of people back from injuries. I think we're definitely excited to come into the season with optimism and intensity.
She came right off the street with those answers. Talk about the soccer state tournament. Come on. The semi-state. Let's hear it. Come on.
Yeah, there's 2 of us here, me and Livy. We're on the soccer team, and we compete in the semi-state this weekend on Saturday versus Heritage Christian at Evansville North. At 6 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. It's a rematch of last semi-state, and we're on a run right now, and we're hoping to keep that going.
My daughter also plays soccer, so we're excited.
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Stacy, all the best to you, sir. You've done a lot in this game. What's left for you to accomplish here?
An Indiana State championship, I hope, man. That's what we're after.
Sure.
As the more I coach, the more I realize the relationships is what it's all about. I thoroughly enjoy the good days with the girls. And we have some tough days. It's hard sometimes, but days like today and hanging out with them and watching them grow and watching them develop, that's what it's all about, man. The rings will get thrown away in years, but the relationships, we'll always remember those.
Now, you're closing in on 500 career wins. I don't think I had to remind you of that.
Well, what am I, about 400 away?
471.
You think can we get 29 wins this year, y'all? It's going to be it's going to be tough. We might have to go to a national tournament.
Guys, thank you. Go ahead. That's Stacy Pendleton. Thanks to the girls of Providence. Up next, we're going to chat with Amanda Carmichael of Clarksville. We'll meet her and her fellow generals right after this. Live from Boom Boss on Glycott.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison. Community action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start, helping people, changing lives.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Live from Boom Boss tonight, they've got a great special. It's the Game Day Trio. Main attraction includes 8-inch one-topping pizza, 6 wings, and a soft drink for $12.99. Amanda Carmichael, head girls basketball coach of Clarksville, joins us. And, Coach, you guys did some good things last season. What's been the most important part of improvement for this year?
I think just growing up. We were very young, and we have everybody back except we lost one senior last year. We're still going to be young. We don't have any seniors this year, but these guys have started since they were freshmen. So we're, I think just growing up a little bit and experience will be the biggest thing for us.
Coach, how do you, with no seniors, oftentimes we think maybe a leadership void, but like you said, there's a lot of experience even without the senior. Talk about just some leadership roles within the team and how you cultivate that leadership even with a younger group.
Yeah, we spend that's something that's really important to us. We spend a lot of time on our culture and just working on that and doing different, team building things. But, I have both of these kids with me tonight, Tierra Lewis and Aaliyah Watts, and they've both stepped up big. But, we've kind of been training them for that. They've started since they were freshmen, so it's just kind of their time.
Well, so let's ask the young ladies a question, and that is, I'll let both of you have the chance to answer. And what has Coach been emphasizing in each of your all's games, and then maybe even as a team, this through the summer and in this push to the season?
She has been emphasizing a lot on just speaking up, and even if you're not since freshman year, even if you're not the oldest, you can still have a role in changing what somebody else does or helping somebody out how to fix what they're doing.
I agree. I also think that it's a big part of communication. You need to be able to talk to your teammates and let them know what you're thinking and have that type of relationship with them so you guys, are on the same page.
Ladies, you've played for a coach now. That she's been in her 13th season coaching high school basketball, been an assistant longer than that. What do you like best about playing for her?
I like how even if we do make a lot of mistakes that are the same, she doesn't give up on us. She'll get mad, but it's she doesn't give up. She keeps trying her hardest, and eventually we'll get to it and we'll listen.
I think we've definitely adjusted to it, and after playing with her for so many seasons, you kind of know what she likes and doesn't like, so you kind of get used to it.
Coach, I'm going to shift back to you. They mentioned, not giving up on them. Last year, you more than doubled your win totals. Going forward this year, how do you continue to build upon what you all improved upon last year?
I think that's been our big goal and something that we've sort of emphasized and talked about a lot in practice. You just want to get better every year. So, and we even talk a lot about that we're still building for next year. We really think next year is our year. But, we've got a really solid group this year. I have been talking a lot about this week that it's probably the most skilled group I've ever had from top to bottom coming in. So just a lot of excitement. and seeing what we can do.
Well, I'm gonna step to maybe a lighter question for the young ladies here, and that is, what's your favorite way to pass the time on a long bus ride home, especially after a win? What's your favorite thing to do?
Me and Tiara and some of the other girls like to sing songs out loud, or even just send each other funny things on TikTok or Instagram and stuff like that. Just to pass the time and laugh and joke with each other.
I like to count down the amount of time it takes until we go get something to eat.
At least they're honest, right? Coach, talk about your schedule a little bit. What stands out as you prep for this season?
I think the big thing for us is that we're joining the Southern Athletic Conference. So, we've talked a lot that I think that's big for our kids. You're competing for something when you go out and play those conference games, which is something we haven't had before. And they also have something to look forward to. Kids can make all conference, things like that. So I think that's the big change for us, is just being able to do that and kind of see where we stack up in a conference. And we haven't been able to do that in a while.
I have a question for the girls. For each of you, what is the main area or one area of your game you've really worked to improve upon in the off season?
I've really tried to work to improve on my defense a lot, because I know I'm not always going to be the best shooter and everything, but I know if I just keep working hard on my defense, then I'll contribute a lot to the team.
I think my free throws are a big part of it. I've been working a lot over the summer on them to hopefully make up some of those extra points that we've missed.
I've got a question for the young ladies. How much time have you guys spent daily to get ready for this season? How much work have you put in?
I think I put in a lot of work. I think during summer, I put in a whole bunch of work during our practices, our summer practices, and then whenever I would be at home, sometimes I will work with my brother and stuff and get better from there.
I think it was about 3 to 4 times a week. I'd go to the gym and at least shoot on the gun, do some conditioning, stuff like that. And then also going to the field house and playing pickup there.
Coach, I've got a question. Oh, sorry, off the cuff here. She mentioned shooting with the gun. Just talk about the dynamics and the differences with shooting nowadays.
Oh, yeah. These kids love it. That's the way I can get them to put in reps is if you get out the shooting gun, they want to shoot on there every day. So, a lot of times they will stay after practice and we'll get it out and they'll get extra reps up. But anything to get them excited and wanting them to work on their game, These two, I feel sorry for them. I was going to say, fun fact, I coached them in elementary, so they've had me since they were in 3rd grade.
Oh, boy.
Well, so let's ask you, what is Coach Carmichael's favorite motivational tool? How or your favorite of her motivational tools? What do you like to do?
They're pondering. They've been stumped.
I'll ask a different question. You can answer to her later on that. Who's got the best shoe game on the team?
Tiara, most definitely. She gets new shoes every week, so I guess she has to.
I'm gonna also go Tiara.
Coach, if you could describe your team in one word, what would it be and why?
I'm gonna go with family. And we've been saying it every day at the end of practice, but really, it's just a close-knit, cohesive group. We've been together so long that everybody kind of knows each other and when they're having a bad day, but I really think that's the biggest thing that is important to us is just our culture and the family-type atmosphere that we have.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you so much, and best of luck this season. That's head coach Amanda Carmichael of Clarksville. We thank her, and we thank her fellow generals as well. Jerry Hickey, head coach of Floyd Central, will be coming up next with his Highlanders right after this from Glycott.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to Boom Boss and Jeff. So glad to have you here for the Southern Indiana Girls High School Basketball Preview. I'm Chris LeBar along with former Providence and Jeff Boys head coach Andrew Grants. Todd Carter is here as well. Up next, it's Jerry Hickey, head girls basketball coach of Floyd Central. And Jerry, 23 wins last season in your first season. How do you build on that for an even stronger 25?
Well, I mean, we hope to come out and start strong and to be able to duplicate that success and even build on it, like you said. We bring back a lot of experience from last year, and, we lost 4 good seniors, but, I mean, we bring back, 6, 7, 8, 10 kids that can really play, and so we're excited about where we are, and year number 2 in the system, I think, makes a big difference, and they kind of know my expectations, and having that second summer, I mean, in the summer, we were noticeably further ahead than where we were at this point last year, so we're just excited to get going.
Talking about the excitement, Coach, what are some specific things that excite you most about this team that you have?
Well, first, we've just got great kids, and that's just a lot of fun to be around. But then we've just got a lot of kids that can really play basketball and that know the game. We've got several kids that have dreams of playing beyond high school. So we've got some kids that can really score, and we've just got a lot of kids that complement one another. I mean, our seniors, 6 seniors that have played together for a long time, and so you've kind of got people that fill those roles. We've got a post player, we've got a shooting guard, we've got a point guard, we've got our forward spots, and so I think they just blend really well together and really know how to play with one another. And then we've got 5 juniors as well, so we've got 11 upperclassmen that we feel really comfortable about being able to play.
Jerry, you talked about having 6 seniors. How comforting is that for a head coach?
It's great, and it was great last year having upperclassmen, especially coming in my first year, but these kids, I mean, they know our expectations, and so we're looking for them to be leaders. It's really going to help us. I think our volleyball team is still playing, so we're down 7, volleyball and cross country, we're down 7 kids to start the season. So we're going to bring some of those seniors back in with some of these seniors, and with that experience, just to know that they'll be able to mesh and hit the ground running when they get back.
Coach, one thing I was really impressed with last year, you guys finished top 40 in the state in both offensive points per game and then defensive points per game given up. To finish top 40 in both is really impressive. What side would you say that you spend more time and emphasis on?
I'd say definitely offensively. I'm an offensive-minded coach, but here probably 12, 13 years ago, we started running this press that we run now, and then dropping back into a 2-3 zone. And when I moved to Floyd, that fit our zone personnel so well, just all the length that we have. And I think we were number 2 in 4A last year in points given up, like 34 points a game or something. So we focus on offense a lot. They probably get yelled at more for defense and to play hard. But our defense last year was just top-notch. We were hitting on that today at practice. And just some of the guards that we faced around the state, and we're able to hold below 5 points that are, Division I offers all over the place. And so I think now we've kind of bought in. We kind of hang our hat on defense.
Brindley Clark, Elise Coleman, and Lincoln Yerke join us, ladies. What's it like to play for Coach?
I think it's really fun to play for Coach. I think we have a really good community going for us. He's good at communicating with all of us, I think, when we need to talk to each other, and we are better at being loud like a bunch of Chewbacca's. And I think we just have a lot of fun together, and Coach helps form that environment.
Yeah, no, I think it's a blast. I think Coach is one of those people that, he'll put you to work when, you need it, and he'll tell you what you need to work on, but also, we have a good relationship outside of it. I think that's super important with any player-coach relationship. So, I think I speak for myself and the team when I say that I think, all of us can come to him to talk to about anything. So, I think that's important. I think building a relationship off the court first will make the on-court relationship better.
Playing with Coach Ickey's a lot of fun. He pushes us to our limits in practice, but he doesn't just straight up get on us really mean. He knows how to get to us in a good way, and we can talk to him about anything, and he's really helped us a lot.
I'm going to stick with the girls here for my next question. If your team had a motto for this year, what would that be?
Green.
It's an inside joke, I have a feeling.
I can't really top that, but I think our defense winning games might be our motto. I think focusing on defense, I think, is going to be really important for us. Obviously, we have some good, like you said, he's an offensive-minded coach, and I think we're also an offensive-minded team. But last year, we really bought into our defense, and I think that's what helped us win games because we kind of switched from the man to the zone. We were all a little bit iffy about it, and then we just came out and obviously held the teams to 30 points a game, or 41 points a game. Something like that.
I agree. I think just talking on defense is really big for us because sometimes we have a hard time communicating with each other, but I think we've developed and gotten better at that as time has gone on, and I think we're going to do good at that this year.
Jerry, is there a part of their game that's really improved more than maybe another part of their game?
I think just even seeing today, just the unselfishness. They were never selfish players, but one of my assistants came by today after our scrimmage portion, and he said, if we can get them to continue to share the ball like that, we've got a chance to be really good. And it just seems so much more natural even this year. So I think that's something where they've really come a long way in trusting each other and knowing we've got a lot of kids that can score and do a lot of good things for us. So I think that's definitely been a positive for us.
I continuously heard communication as a theme, and I know communication can be a difficult thing to teach, especially young people. What are some things that you do with your program to really get that point across and get them to execute as far as communication goes?
We try to enjoy each other a lot and be comfortable on the court and off, whether it's having fun in an interview session, like this, and having some inside jokes, just whatever it is. And so that way everybody just knows that we are comfortable talking to one another. I use a quote probably 10 times a year that every coach uses at some point, but a quiet gym is a losing gym. We start out the first 30 minutes of practice, any sort. That's usually when we're in our fundamental circuits, and anything we're doing passing wise, we're calling out names, receiver, passer, and just to get them talking and to get them engaged early. But I think that's one of the best things we do is sometimes they hate it. You can see it, we're like, hey, call those names, but it locks everybody in. There's a different tone set to practice when we start it that way.
Elise, I know you're going to play next season at Western Kentucky University. What was most appealing about the Hilltoppers?
I mean, I think it was a pretty high choice. Like, as soon as they offered me, I knew that it was a really good option even before visiting. But I think stepping on campus, I really got to, like, be in the environment with the coaches, kind of understand their playing style, how it, like, connects with mine. And I think that's what really sold me. I mean, I sat in Coach Collins' office, like, at the end of my visit, and he pulled up film from me and then film of them and like how it connects. And I was like, I mean, he knows what he's doing. So I think I have such a good relationship with the coaches already, just for talking to them for like 6 months or so. So yeah, no, I think that's beautiful campus. I think you can't be in a place where it's like you don't feel happiness, I guess. Like, and so the campus kind of really brought my attention to that. So probably those things, yeah.
Question for each of you: who has the best shoe game on the team?
Selfishly, I gotta say me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know. What do you can start with?
All right, Elise Coleman has the best shoe game because if you go look at her locker, she's got about 10 shoes in there every season, and she wears a different pair every single day to practice. It's amazing. And during school, she has shoe game too. Her fits are fire.
Thank you.
I would also say Elise Coleman because she told us, what was it, yesterday, that her shoe mountain was already piling up. But I would also agree that she has a good shoe game at school.
Jerry, before we wrap things up, just touch base on your schedule and what's laying ahead for you guys.
We have beefed it up as much as we possibly could. We had several teams drop us that we've played for years. And I think basically they kind of felt where we were and where they were just wasn't a good situation, and we're grateful for that and the honesty. And so we play 3 neutral site games, one against Evansville Rights in Evansville. That should be a team that's right around that top 10 to 15 mark. We play McCutcheon up at the Cortiva Coliseum on December 22nd, and they're bringing in 4 of the best teams in the state, and McCutcheon has like the #1 ranked junior in the state. They won regionals last year, I believe, so we think that'll be a great one. And then we're playing in the Body Armor Showcase again up at Pike High School, and we thought we had Pike. That was the preseason #2, and that's who we were really hoping to play. We had a battle with them in the summer, and they ended up beating us by 4, I think, so we wanted a little revenge. But something got switched, and now we play Decatur Central, so it's still a solid, good team. But then, of course, we've got Silver Creek, that we expect to be one of the best. Jeff, with their big transfer, we know is going to be real solid as well with the returning players. And so we've done as much with our schedule as we can. We've got Assumption. We'll play them the last game of the season. So a lot of games against just a lot of teams with high-quality opponents, high-quality players.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Ladies, thank you so much. That's head coach Jerry Hickey of Floyd Central. Wonderful program, and we wish them all the best this season. Up next, we'll chat with Carson Casey of Christian Academy. They had a 14-win season last year, and you'll hear from her next. Live on Glycod from Boom Boss.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison. Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We're live at Boom Baz, part of the Southern Indiana Girls High School Basketball Preview. Carson Casey, head coach of Christian Academy, is next. And coach, +3 last year, over 500, but you ran into a tough one, but still a successful season. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, we were really excited about how last year went. We had the best record in program history. We made it to the sectional championship game for only the second time in school history. So we were really proud of the growth just as a program and kind of what we've been building towards. But we know we're not done. That's not the ultimate goal. We want to do bigger and better things, and that's kind of the next step, and using that as a stepping stone to achieve bigger things.
Coach, talking about that success, and you've now built this program into a winner. How specifically will you continue to take that next step and build upon it?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be conversations about, there already has been, about the standard has risen now. It's not the same. We have taken it to the next level, and we need to keep taking it higher. And I know what they can do, and we have to keep building on that. And just holding them to that standard is my job, and just continuing to raise those expectations. And they do a great job of buying into that and buying into each other and pushing each other.
This is for both of you young ladies, and that is, so Coach was just talking about raising those expectations. So what sorts of things have you all done in your summer and now pushing towards the season to raise your game and raise that level of play? What have you done?
I think we should I take this? Okay. I think we've just over the summer just working on working together since we have new upcoming freshmen, and just getting lots of shots up and keeping ourselves fresh and ready for the season.
Yeah, I would say this year, in the summer ball especially, we really increased our schedule. We even went to team camp this year, and I think that was really pivotal for us. We did do really well, and we did just start compounding off of how we ended the season last year. And so it was really encouraging. Yes, there was a lot of games. It was exhausting. But at the same time, we really did dig deep, and I think we kind of gritted it out, and we did learn a lot, and we started working well together. And so we're just excited to see how that translates into the season.
Coach, two very well-spoken student athletes. Just describe what it's like to coach the caliber of kids at CAI.
I mean, it's a dream. They come ready to work every day. I don't have to beg them to do anything. Great attitudes, yes ma'am, and they set the tone as seniors. And they had great senior leaders ahead of them, and that just flows down. I've already heard them call out our freshmen on a few things and saying, hey, we don't do that. And that's great. As a coach, I don't have to step in. They've already done it, and that's great when I can count on them to do that.
Coach, when somebody from the outside thinks of Christian Academy girls basketball, what's the first thing that you want them to think of when they think about your program?
We talk about that a lot in our locker room as well. Really just toughness, hard work and toughness, because those are two things you can always control. Doesn't matter if you're playing number one or whoever you're playing. And so I tell them every time, and we get, honestly, a lot of referees come up to us after games and say, hey, your girls work so hard. And that's what we're looking for, because I can do something with that. If I'm begging effort out of you, we're struggling. But if you're there ready to work, then we can do something with that.
So ask you another one for both of you, and that is just, what would it mean for you all individually and also for the program to put in that extra work and win a sectional championship this year for Christian Academy?
I say it would mean the world. Of course, it's something that everybody dreams of. You're in Southern Indiana, basketball is everything, and we've been playing basketball for years. So, it's always been on our radar. It's always been something we've looked forward to, and that's why we put in the work. That's why we show up every day. Who doesn't want to win the sectional? Who doesn't want to go to state, And so we don't take any day just for granted. We try and put in the work no matter what. It would mean the world to us, not just especially for our school, but also for each other. We've been playing together for years, and just to see that come to fruition would be amazing. But, God's will be done, and we'll see what happens.
Coach, certainly Bordon is the standard in your section, and they return a lot. How do you narrow the gap just a tad this year?
Yeah, it was a great experience just to get these girls to play in a sectional championship game, because that's a whole different atmosphere. Just a whole different world, really. And then to be able to play Bordon at Bordon in that circumstance was just another great experience for us. But like you said, there is a gap, and we saw that last year. But just understanding the controllables and understanding last year where we were at and where we feel like we can go, we have a totally different group with 9 freshmen. We graduated 2 of our top scorers, and that's a whole different world. But we do feel like the potential is higher, but potential's only potential unless you do something with it. And so it's great for us to see those gaps. She talked about our summer, and we really, we maxed out our competition days. We went to team camp the first time just so we could see where are we at right now and then take that and expose us early. We play Bordon and Austin back-to-back first thing, basically. Again, expose us early so we can see where those gaps are and just hit them hard for our whole season and hopefully be playing our best basketball in February.
Question for the girls, just talking about hard work and showing up every single day. That's probably been instilled in you before. Who is one person in each of your lives that inspires you to put in that effort?
I would say both of my parents, is this close enough? Both of my parents have instilled a hard work ethic in me, and Coach Casey as well since my freshman year, and actually knew her before that, but just everyone around me has instilled a hard work ethic, and for me to work hard and give 100% at everything I do. So
I would say for me, I have 2. I can't choose one, sorry. But I would say definitely my parents, my dad specifically, because he's had to work hard for everything that he's gotten, and I just see that as such a example of how I should be living my life. And of course I want to make them proud. They're my parents, and they've poured so much into me. They've taken me to tournaments, and they've really supported me in everything that I do. So I think working hard is also something that they've taught me to do, not only on the court but also off in school. But I would say also my brother as well. He's, faced adversity in his life, and not too much, but, in a way where he's the hardest working person that I know, and he pushes me to be better every day. Yeah, he calls me out on my weaknesses. He exposes me where I'm weak. And, some people might say that's just the big brother bully, but I say that that's really transformed my life, and it's made me into the athlete that I am. And I hope one day he can understand that, it's worth it. And, it can be mean at times, but it does help me to become a better person. And I'm very thankful for that. So,
Carson, Casey had mentioned the schedule a little while ago. Any highlights that you want to talk about?
We're excited. We get to play at the Hoosier Gym again. We did last year, and now we're going to play Austin there, so that'll be cool. And really, every game we see as a great opportunity. I could list several games out of our schedule. We love playing our sectional opponents during the season. That's important for us. Again, just to see where we're at. We don't have a conference, so that kind of gives us, it's kind of good and bad. It gives us a little bit more freedom in picking variety of people. We have a tournament up in Indianapolis that we get to go do in the holiday tournament. We could just spend the night, hang out, have some team bonding, and then hit the court the next day. So I would say just those sectional opponents, getting to play them, and then that tournament are probably some of the big ones.
Coach, I think our people listening, they understand and appreciate the history of that Hoosier Gym and can you just talk about that a little bit, what that experience was like last year?
Yeah, sure. So last year it was really cool. It takes years to get into. You have to put your name in and all these things, and we had waited and finally got our chance to play, and we actually played Milan at the Hoosier Gym. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You get to go in the locker rooms. You get to see that. We got to take a jersey and sign our names, and it's hanging up in there, so we'll get to see that when we go back. But just the smaller court size, there's no real half court. It was cool. It was really cool, and I know their parents were like, man, they don't appreciate it as much as we do right now, but they will. But it was a really cool experience.
Okay, one more for you guys on the lighter side. What do you like to do on a long bus ride back from a game, especially a win? What do you like to do to occupy your time?
I would say listening to music or joking around, talking with the team, and then if it's really long, a nap. But
yeah, I would say for me, I would say, I have a good bond with a junior right under me, Carly Stevens, and so we like to sometimes get up and dance and sing along and just be goofy because it is a comfortable space. We're all a family, and so we feel like, this is the place we can create a space for people to be themselves and to have fun and to enjoy the wins or even the losses. There's more than just the losses. There's so much we can take from them and just ways that we can still have fun and enjoy each other's presence no matter what.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. All the best to you this year. Thank you. That's Christian Academy of Indiana. We thank them for joining us tonight. Up next, one of the more subdued coaches you'll chat with tonight, Scott Shane of Silver Creek. We'll have that for you coming up live on Glycod.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Back live at Boom Bah, Scott Shane, head coach of Silver Creek, joins us next. Scott, goodness gracious, another 22-win season last year. How do you build on that in another stellar outfit that you've got coming back?
Well, it's all starts with good players. I don't claim to know very much, but I know when I have good players, and it's funny how those things kind of coincide with each other. Good years equal good players.
Coach, you got a state championship ring on your resume, and we saw the build where the record just kept increasing that first run, and it seems like that's happening here again. Can you talk about just the similarities with that first run and kind of with this team here and how they've been building each year and just increasing that win total as they've been growing?
Yeah, there's a lot. We talk about all the time. There's a lot of similarities between those two teams. One of the major ones is, and we'll just go ahead and talk about it, was that team that went on to win the state. We get beat by Salem in the state championship or the sectional championship game. And I do think this. That we talk about, like, Tony Bennett said it best. He's like, adversity can take you places you've never been if you deal with it the right way. And so, we had a great season last year, and I'm super excited about this year. I got great players, great leaders. We took a hard one last year in the sectional finals. But I think you got to learn. And you got to learn, and myself included. We're always, you're a coach, we're always learning and how to be better. And so, there's a lot of similarities with this team and that team. And how do we take that adversity and how can we build on it, right? Not get complacent, not get satisfied with things, but just keep getting better every single day.
Walk us through what it's like to be you during the season, and then how do you challenge yourself to raise the bar, man?
I think you're giving way too much credit, man. Hey, every day it's fun. I don't take myself real serious anytime. I mean, again, I've got great kids. I mean, I got wonderful kids over here. I mean, I got high-level kids. I got kids that they make it fun to come in to coach. And so we have fun. I mean, I know that we're over here talking about just things, and, but it really is in the end of when this all ends, I just want our kids to think that, basketball was fun. It was hard. It's tough. We always say not hee-hee-ha-ha fun, but, we want to be competitive and we want to have fun, but our kids buy into all that. They work hard, they pull for each other, and a day in my life it depends on what they do. Sometimes my day's terrible. Depends on how they do.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask the girls. We'll go down the row here. Question for each of you. What is the main area of your game that you worked on improving this offseason?
So the main area I've worked on improving was definitely stretching my range. So instead of just being on top of the three-point line, I needed to scoot back, and that'll open up opportunities for driving. I've also worked on floaters and stuff, because getting in the lane, sometimes going off 2 feet, I'm not going to get my shot off in time. So getting in the mid-range and floater area.
I said I've worked on not only extending my range from the three-point line, but also getting more consistent and being able to handle it off the dribble and pulling up whenever I get stuck or something.
In the off season, I worked a lot on my post moves, I guess. The better I am at my post moves, the more Brooklyn can move out to the perimeter, which I know she really wants to be there. So that's mainly what I worked on.
Coach, you mentioned having great players and how important that is. How have these ladies improved over the course of your time with them?
Man, just every year getting better. Every year, they're adding pieces to their game. Probably the area I've noticed that they've grown the most is being competitors. Just competing. Learning how to compete. They're all uber talented kids and great kids. I mean, I have so much fun with them. But they're great kids, but they're super competitive, and to watch that grow, like today in practice, it was arguably one of the better practices we've had in years. And it's I know it's only the third practice of the year, but it was so competitive, and we were talking about it's so contagious. And so watching these kids grow as leaders, they're good basketball players. I mean, they're great basketball players, but watch them grow as leaders, and to watch the mark that all three of these kids are going to leave on our program, and that's what it is. Leave a legacy. What's your legacy? Ain't all about, wins and stuff like that. That's important, and points and all this stuff's important. It is. Don't get me wrong. It really is. But what do you want to be remembered for? And that's where I've seen their growth is, we're in practice and they're coaching kids, they're pulling kids, they're cheering for kids. So their growth, they're great basketball players, but they're even better kids.
For each of the girls, when you leave Silver Creek, what do you want your legacy to be for the next group that's coming up?
The legacy I want to leave is just being a great teammate and a leader. Winning, that's also nice, and being a great player, that is, but I just want to people look up to me and just be like, she was a really good leader. She was very competitive. I want to be known as a competitor. And then also just someone you can look up to where it's she was a good kid too.
The legacy I want to leave is when someone looks at me, I want them to think oh, that girl works hard, and I want to leave thinking those girls think I want to work as hard as her, and know that they can achieve anything when they put their minds to it.
The legacy I want to leave is, waiting your turn, I guess. When people think of me, they're like, oh, she waited her turn. She waited her turn for it to be her time, and everybody has a time, so I feel like that's kind of what I want people to think of when they think of me when I leave.
Scott, Jerry Hickey was in this seat a bit ago talking about his schedule and all the challenges, talking about your team and how strong you guys are. Talk about Floyd and some of the other teams you'll face.
No, we got our schedule is ridiculous. No, I really think that Southern Indiana gets a bad rep as far as up north, Indianapolis and stuff. There's these teams down around this area are good. Floyd, Jeff, Bordon, Charlestown, Madison, us. And that's just a few. Our schedule, we don't duck anybody. We're not going to duck anybody. We open with the 4A state champion, Lawrence North. We have Gibson Southern at their place. Again, we know we're going to roll down there again. We're playing a team out of Clarksville Christian, a team out of Tennessee, which we're playing in the Sneakers for Santa. And they just have the NABC, which I don't even know what that is. National Association of Basketball Coaches, Coach of the Year. This cat is the coach of the coaches, and so it's exciting. But I want to put our kids in situations where they can grow, where they can get recognition. And I just want to piggyback what Jocelyn just said. About waiting her turn. We got a lot of kids they just been growing in the weeds. They've just been playing behind really good players, and now, when they get their opportunity, you're going to hear Jocelyn Chester's name said. They know Emma and they know Brooklyn, but you're going to hear Emily Robeson's name. You're going to hear these kids have been playing behind some kids that it's their time. And I think that's what's so exciting is it's their time to shine. So I'm excited for us, man. I'm excited for our schedule, everything. I'm excited.
That's a testament to the culture I think you've created, Coach. That the ability to wait your turn is a skill that's being lost in the younger generation. So that's impressive. I'm going to turn to a fun question here for you guys. Who on the team has the best shoe game?
Best shoe game, I think Emily.
Yeah. I would say Emily too.
I also would say Emily Robinson.
She always gets new shoes. She always has a different pair on at practice, and they range from Kobe's, Sabrina's, Asia One, so Emily.
She has at least like 5 pair in her locker.
Guys, thank you so much. Scott, always a pleasure. Ladies, thanks for stopping by tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this for girls basketball. Thank you guys very much. Go Dragons!
Head coach Scott Shane. More coverage coming up. You'll meet Kevin White, first-year head coach of Rock Creek, and he's next. We're live at Boom Boss, and we'll be right back.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison. Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to Boom Boss. They've got a great special tonight. They're a game day trio. Main attraction including an 8-inch one-topping pizza, 6 wings, and a soft drink for $12.99. Kevin White is here. He is in his second stint as Rock Creek's head girls basketball coach. Welcome, Coach. What brought you back?
The love of the game. The love of the game. I resigned in my previous tenure, and just looking back at where the program is situated right now, I just felt that I could be an impact and try to help them come over the hump.
Coach, we're only 3 days into the season right now, but in these first 3 days and really this first week, what's some of your main emphasis in practice?
Attention to detail, working hard, integrity, of course, basic fundamentals and IQ.
What are your impressions here of your team that you're inheriting?
I'm sorry?
What are your impressions of the group that you're inheriting?
We're a little inexperienced outside of our top maybe 3 to 4 positions. Very inexperienced, a lot of newcomers, a lot of first-time players. But that's nothing unfamiliar for Rock Creek, and definitely nothing unfamiliar to the way that I would approach coaching that particular type of program either. But yeah, we're very young, a little inexperienced outside of our top 3 through 5 positions. Yeah.
Coach, what excites you the most about going into this year and working with this group?
The endless possibility. The endless possibility. Sky is the limit, of course. We're just trying to do our best to make sure that we're instilling the competitive nature into our athletes. Of course, as I said, skill and IQ, and just doing our best to make sure that they foster a love for the game, outside of high school basketball.
Got to 3 Rock Creek student athletes we'd like to welcome in from left to right. It's Aubrey, Maddie, and Lily. Ladies, this is your 3rd head coach in 3 seasons. Describe what it's been like for the lack of continuity there.
There's definitely been a lot of highs and lows throughout the season with changes of coaches and how each of them coach. But each coach has taught all of us different things and different ways to play the game, which is all added to my game and made it one big thing, which I can embrace.
Like Aubrey said, there's been a lot of highs and lows over the years, but I've learned a lot of things from all the different coaches, and it just overall helped me grow as a player and as a person myself.
Yeah, it's definitely had its highs and lows, but each coach has been able to give us a piece of their mind and just help us grow individually.
Girls, I'm going to come back to you. What is the biggest goal that you have for yourself individually this year, and then also for the team?
This year for myself, I just want to get some more college looks and grow as a player. And then for the team, kind of the same thing. Everyone grow together as a team, as a player, and just have everyone improve.
For myself, I just want to be a good leader for my teammates, and then as a team, I just want all of us to be able to grow and be better as a whole.
For myself, I'd say that I want to be able to be a scoring person, to be able to contribute on the scoring level, and as a team, I just want to grow together and just be able to grow as a team and as a whole unit.
Kevin, a lot of experience over there. You talked about not have a lot of experience on your team, but you do have 3 seasoned players there. What do you like best about coaching them?
The hard work and tenacity that they approach every single practice with and every single training that we have up until this point. These 3 ladies right here are going to be key and integral to anything that we're able to do this season. And we're, again, just trying to make sure that we are coming with the correct approach and having a mindset of physicality and toughness that, of course, will help any team sustain.
Coach, you talked about instilling things like the love of the game, instilling integrity, toughness. How do you instill those? What are some strategies maybe that you use with your team to get those across?
Just the way that we practice, and the way that we approach the practice, the adherence that we have from the top level of our coaching staff all the way down to the bottom, and then, of course, staying with those particular factors throughout the course of the season.
What's something about Kevin White that nobody knows maybe, that just educate us something about you outside of basketball?
Something outside of basketball. Well, everybody, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people here in the Southern Indiana area knows Coach White. Coach White does a little bit of everything. I own a few urgent cares.
Oh, wow.
A few urgent cares, and
do you advertise, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Do you advertise? We can talk about that off the...
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely. There would be American Urgent Care that's on 645 Roy Wilkins Avenue in Louisville, Kentucky. We also have one in Florence, Kentucky as well on Midland Drive.
What's it like to be in the private sector?
As far as my work is concerned?
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's actually it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, and some of the same factors that affect other individuals. As far as some of our economic issues that we may have, it doesn't necessarily impact me the same way. Of course, we still feel the bite like any other American, but it's an awesome deal. I love the freedom. I love the flexibility.
Girls, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
3-point contest of everyone on the team. Who's taking away the trophy?
I hate to say it, but I'm taking it.
Okay.
I would say Either me or Aubrey.
I'd have to say Aubrey.
Kevin, talk about your schedule for a little bit.
I'm sorry?
Talk about your schedule for a little bit.
Our schedule, well, we actually, there's no real difference in the type of teams that we're playing this season. Of course, we're going to see each one of our sectional opponents. We have taken some of, the rougher games that we've had in the past off of our schedule and tried to put more competitive teams into place. Again, this year being a rebuilding season, we want to do our best to make sure that we're keeping the individuals engaged from top to bottom. And you can do that, of course, with a bit of success. It's a little hard to keep individuals engaged, and we always end up having, some small semblance of a numbers issue with Rock Creek. We're a small school anyway, but we always end up with a semblance of, some number issues every now and again. So I just honestly feel like, never mind.
Girls, I'll come back to you guys. Your favorite or a go-to pregame tradition or pregame routine?
My favorite thing that we do before our pregame is we always pray in the locker room. I think it's always just a good way for all of us to take a breath, calm down, and really lock in for what we're about to do from the game.
I was also going to say praying before the game.
I have to say pray too.
It's a great answer. Guys, thank you so much. Coach White, appreciate your time. Rock Creek, great to have them here this evening. Up next, we'll chat with Tuesday Guernsey of Henryville. We'll have that for you in just a moment. Live from Boom Boss, it's Glycod.
Cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to Boom Boss. We are approaching the 7:15 hour, 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central. Tuesday Guernsey, the head coach of Henryville, joins us. And Coach, what are your expectations on this season?
This season, we're definitely going to have to change up our game plan a little bit. I lost a lot of seniors last year. That was my height. And so we are wanting to run and gun and be quick, transition quickly. I have a lot of girls that are kind of at the same level of play, which is nice because we can go out and, haul booty for 2 minutes and replace them. And so really just switching up our complete offense and defense from a more slow-paced game to a quicker game is probably our main goal this season.
Coach, you talked about losing height, but now having kind of similar height across positions. Talk about the versatility, especially on the defensive end, that offers your team.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we can go out, whether it's man, whether it's any type of zone. A lot of these girls have played a lot of different positions throughout middle school and even high school. And so what's nice is it doesn't matter who I put in or come out, they fill in the positions very nicely. Also, we're wanting to make sure and do full court pressure, which is different from last year. We were a little bit slow. And so it hopefully will be at our benefit, where a lot of our teams we played last season have lost a lot of their seniors as well as us. But I have some incoming freshmen that are going to be seeing the court quite a bit, and a lot of young sophomores, and so a lot of versatility with whether we're in foul trouble, whether we're hurt, injured, whatever. So it should be good.
Tuesday, 14 wins last year. What is the most encouraging part about coming back this year?
Yeah, we had 14 wins, 9 losses. I told the girls the other day, even with the 9 losses, 5 of those losses were within 6 points. And so knowing that we're already scouting, we're already looking at game footage from last year, seeing who's not there, who's there. And we have a very promising season against some opponents that we even lost to try possibly win those games. But then also we need to make sure that we actually keep the same competition against opponents that we won against, and changing our game scheme.
How do you keep that edge with those opponents that you beat last year and you see them again? And I know that's very hard, especially get young athletes to understand that. What are some ways that you keep your athletes on edge for those opponents to not overlook anyone?
I think it's really important to try to come out and win those first couple of games within the season. That gives them kind of a hunger of wanting to keep, whether it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. That's kind of what we went into last year. And then them valuing their hard work in having that success and that win, and realizing that each game is going to be different, and you value anything that you do when you step out on the court. And regardless of what your role is on the team, you might be 6th, 7th man coming in. You go in and you play whatever the role is, and you come out and you just celebrate anything that goes on the court.
We've got several Henryville players we like to welcome to the broadcast. Ladies, what are you most excited about this season for the new year?
I'm definitely most excited about seeing everybody and how they progress during the year.
I feel like I'm most excited about having a different type of play. We've never really we tried to run and gun last year, but we were a bigger team, and this year, since we're full of guards, it's going to be a totally different style of play.
I'm really excited to play in those close games. I feel like they're the most exciting. Yes, everybody likes to win, but I think the close competitive games are the most fun.
I'm really excited to see how we can adapt to really not having any height, and we're really going to need to rebound this year. And I think it's going to force us to be put in some positions we're not very comfortable with, but it's good to be put there and just to see how we can adapt to change.
Coach, you mentioned a new style. How well equipped do you think your current team is to play in a quicker pace?
So I'm very guard heavy. We're going to be small and mighty, but a lot of my guards, they are feisty and they are cutthroat, and they're going to go in and they're going to go after it. A lot of those girls last year in the JV, we were very successful in our JV games, lost maybe 1 or 2 the entire season, but they exhibited that in the JV games. They were able to play that style of play. We couldn't necessarily do it in the high school because of the kind of the clientele that we had, but since they've been doing it at the JV level, it should carry over just fine into the varsity level. Of course, we've got to make sure we got to iron out all the little kinks, and generally after the first couple of games we identify our problems and we try to fix them.
Girls, kind of a fun question for you. Of everyone on the team, who's the funniest person on the team?
I'd definitely say Gracie Best.
Okay, no, it's definitely Ariel Snyder. She just has some really funny moments during the season where she doesn't know what she's doing. So it's just really funny to watch her try and fix it after she doesn't know how to fix it.
I would agree with saying it's Ariel. I think that she doesn't try to be funny, but she just says things that don't really make sense sometimes.
It's definitely Ariel. She just catches us off guard sometimes, and she's just naturally funny.
Any specifics that you guys want to delve into?
Sometimes Coach Guernsey will ask questions, and Ariel will answer the complete opposite. We'll be talking about something, and she'll just say something that's so out of pocket it doesn't even make sense.
She talked about we were talking about offense we were running the other day, and she was like, what letter is this shaped? And I think she said about 6 or 7 letters before she got the actual letter right.
Coach, it seems like this group, they have a lot of fun together. Talk about how important chemistry is to this team.
Chemistry is definitely a top priority, and I really stress that with my girls. Every year we get new freshmen coming in, and we talk about how your role on the team will change. And sometimes the roles of players that may not see that much time on the court are more important than the girls on the court for that supportive, motivating role. And understanding that even though your role may change from one year to the next, it doesn't make you any less important to the team.
Coach, talk about your schedule a little bit and what's awaiting for you guys this year.
Yeah, we've dropped a couple teams that we were a little bit easy, like Medora and Cannleton, and we've picked up a couple other. We've picked up a Hauser tournament where we'll go and see a couple new teams up north, trying to kind of get a little bit more competition so that it can prepare us a little bit better for our sectional kind of road this season. So again, we were 14-9 last year, and 2 of those were kind of some gravy teams. We've kind of picked up some other ones, so hopefully we can kind of pull out a good winning season this year too.
For each of the girls, what is your biggest goal for this season?
Personal?
We'll say personal and as a team.
Okay. So as personal, probably being the biggest rebounder on our team. I know we lost a big one last year, so I'm hoping to help fill that spot on varsity. And then as a team, probably the camaraderie. Like, I feel like we already have really good team chemistry, but I just love the team so much. It just makes it so much funner to play.
Okay, I would say personally, since we're so small and mighty, my role has changed a lot, and I'm going to be a post player. So I feel like getting those rebounds will really count for a lot this year. Because I was such a guard last year, I was just ready to shoot, and now I have to be ready for anything. I have to be ready for any position. Team-wise, I would definitely say kind of like what Ariel said, communication. I'm a senior this year, so just being that role model and being able to have the girls come up to me for whatever they need, probably that as a team.
What she said also.
My personal goal this season, I think that I have pretty big shoes to fill from our seniors that graduated last year. We were really big heavy last year, and now we're super guard heavy. So being one of our only main bigs, I feel like I have a big job to fulfill. For our team, I really want us to have another great winning season. I feel like sometimes Henryville gets looked down on, and I think that we can prove a point.
My personal goal this year is probably to shoot more. Last year, I kind of shied away from the ball. I lost a lot of my confidence, and I didn't want to participate in offense. I was more of a defensive player. But I think this year, defense and offense is going to be really important because we're not really going to have a lot of bigs to be able to do a lot of post work and get easy 2-foot shots. We're really going to have to start shooting more, and I think if I can pull myself together and start shooting, it can be a real big help.
Tuesday Guernsey, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Henryville student athletes, thank you guys as well. Up next, we'll chat with Matt Vick of state defending champion Bordon. We'll have that for you in just a moment, live on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison. Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
State champion Matt Vick of Bordon is next. We're live at Boom Boss. Coach, first of all, congratulations on a fantastic season last year. What was that journey and experience like?
It was pretty memorable. It was the best month of basketball that I think I've ever had as a coach. It just seemed like we started playing well together, and everything clicked. And we had a few bad quarters, especially the first quarter of the state game, but we persevered, and it's one of those things where coming from a small town, it's going to be a great memory for many years.
Coach, talk about how satisfying it has to be. I mean, obviously we know last year, but there's a lot of work that went into last year to go from, a program that was at 3 wins to a state championship. That's just incredible as far as building that. Talk about the satisfaction and the hard work that went into that.
It helps when you have really good players. It makes any coach look a lot better than what they actually are. So, it's been a grind. Every year we've improved our wins and losses, and credit to the girls, especially my seniors and my underclassmen. They put in a lot of work outside of the season and have grown a lot since. I remember them being 4th graders playing 5th grade basketball, and it seems like yesterday, and now here they are as seniors. So it's the years go by fast. So I'm just proud of them. They've earned it.
Well, so let's ask these young ladies a question. I guess coming off of a state championship and now being seniors, how has it been to try to put that behind you and get reset for this season?
I think it's just really important for us to focus and know that if we want to do it again, we're just going to have to work 10 times harder than we did last season. And especially with us being seniors and knowing it's our last time ever going to play together, that it's just going to take so much more out of each of us. And we're going to have to step up our roles, with Ava being out especially. And we're just going to have to go into practice every day with the mindset that we want to do it again and just work harder.
I'm going to piggyback off of what Emma said. It's going to be harder. We're going to have a bigger target. It's not easy to do it once, but it's really not easy to do it twice. And credit to Lanesville, they did it twice, but I want to be better than Lanesville was, so I think we should do it twice also.
Matt, they mentioned Ava Wheeler, out with an injury. What's her status? When do you expect her back?
I believe, she's progressing pretty well. I think the time frame is right around New Year's, so that gives her a good month to get back in shape and get back in the swing of things. And come February, hopefully she's ready to go, and hopefully we can play for another month.
We know that everybody in the area, they've got Bordon circled on the schedule as their team that they want to knock off. How about for you guys? Is there any certain games that you have on the schedule that stand out to you?
Not really. To me, if we could fast forward to February right now, I'd do it in a heartbeat. The regular season's important, but to me, it's the first week of February. We want to win every single game, don't get me wrong, but all I care about is, are we getting better and are we healthy going into February? So, the day before, I'll say that's our most important game, and that's who I really want to beat. But honestly, as long as we can just everybody get healthy and be ready to play by February, that's our main goal.
A lot of key parts back, Matt.
Yes,
a lot of personnel back. What are your expectations about this new team this year?
It's like the girls said, we're not going to have Ava for the first 2 months, and that's going to hurt us. But honestly, the silver lining is it allows, these 2 girls and some of our other players to get a bigger role and do stuff that they weren't accustomed to doing. So, it stinks that that we're going to miss Ava for 2 months. But at the same time, I think our girls are going to relish in getting a bigger role and doing more for our team to win. So it can't get any worse. To me, I think it only improves us. And the silver lining is, we're going to step up in different roles.
So with you guys, what have you done individually to make yourselves better coming through the summer and as you push towards the season coming up?
I think I focus most on building my strength back up because I did have a shoulder tear in my right arm and lost all my strength. So I really focused on that and being more offensive in fall workouts because I know I'm going to have to do that this season. So I tried to work on my post moves and shooting around the arc just to make sure that I'm ready to do it when season comes.
I worked on a lot of my shooting, but not just on my actual gameplay, my teamwork, and my mental. Because I haven't been the best teammate the past couple of years, but this year I think since Ava's hurt, I'm going to have to step up a little bit with that because we need more communicators on our team.
Ladies, Bordon is known for supporting the community and their student athletes. What's it like to play at Bordon High School?
I think it's the best. Growing up in Bordon my entire life and watching my entire family play at Bordon, it just means so much to me to go to those games and have our student sections and the crowds that we get come to our games. It's just such a loud atmosphere. And when we went to state and semi-state and regionals, our crowd and our community traveled with us, and it just meant the world to us. And we always play better when there's a crowd and when it's loud.
Yeah, I think it's really fun because we're friends with everybody. We know everybody. After my first year or two there, everybody knew who I was. I knew who they were. They all support us, and refs make a call and nobody likes. It's not just our family standing up. It's the whole town of Bordon standing up. And at state, you would think that Bordon was small, but there was so many people there from what Bordon thought. It was.
Coach, if you could describe the personality of this team in just a couple words, what would it be and why?
They drive me nuts. I'm kind of old school like Doc, want to be focused and all that. And, they'll be coming around dancing and goofing off, and it drives me nuts. But I just can't figure them out. There's days where I'll go to our assistant coaches and be like, we're not ready to play. And then we go out and win by 25, 30 points. So it's, that's a good thing. I think they relish in the moment. And, I knock on wood, I don't think the moment's ever too big for them. They look forward to those moments. So, to me, the biggest thing this year is can we not be complacent? We want to stay title, and that's great and everything, but they have one more year, and it would be pretty special if we could have 2 state titles.
Girls, let's just dovetail off what Coach was talking about there. Who on the team drives the coach maybe the most nuts?
I'd say either me or Ava, just because Ava's always joking around and dancing. She usually gets us all going, and because she just has such an ecstatic personality and it gets us all hyped up. And me, I just have a smart mouth and I don't ever know when to stop talking, so I think that makes them mad sometimes.
I would also say probably Peyton Fisk with her attitude. Coach Vic does not like when you have attitude, and there's a lot of days she has a bad attitude, or when Remy Mallett is really lazy and he just gets real mad and takes our music privileges away.
We don't want music privileges taken away, do we? That's not good. Thank you, ladies.
Coach, appreciate your time, and I can just see the emotion behind all of last season, and we wish you all the best this year, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Matt Vick. We'll chat with Taylor Sykes of Jeffersonville. That and more live from Boom Boss on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that claims hundreds of lives and makes thousands ill each year without warning. CO can be produced from grills, furnaces, even the fumes in your car. It can build up indoors and poison anyone who breathes it. But keeping your home well ventilated and purchasing carbon monoxide alarms from any hardware or home improvement store can reduce your risk from this invisible danger. This message is funded by the Floyd County Health Department.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
And we'd like to welcome you back. Taylor Sykes joins us. Taylor Sykes, head girls basketball coach at Jeffersonville, and coach 10-13 last season in your second season. What are your expectations this year, Coach?
My expectations of this season is really for us to improve on the things that we left off on last season. And the main thing is one, on the defensive end. We're really focused on making sure that we're getting those stops and that we're playing in transition live. But mainly is that I've really focused on the culture of our program and making sure that our locker room is the most important thing and the main thing that we're focusing on, which is being a family and caring more about the group than ourselves.
What are some things that you saw in summer basketball that excite you about this upcoming season?
I think the main thing for me is grit, and meaning by that is that we started off, we were, I think, 2-3 to start off the summer, and then we won the last 10 games of the summer. And it's not about the wins and the losses, but the main thing is that we were down by 10 points at half at some times, or maybe we were down by 15, but they showed the ability to come back and fight back, but not as individuals, but as together.
Well, let's bring in the young ladies here. And so for you guys, how did you improve coming through the summer and to get ready to play this year? What improvements have you made in your game?
Yeah, I think I've made a lot of improvements myself, also as a team as well. I think this summer we really worked hard every single day in practice, and we're excited to carry it over into the season.
I feel like the most I've improved is my body language and then my defensive side of the game.
Coach, what is going to challenge this team early in the season?
I think our challenge is us. I preached today at practice is that they are as good as they want to be, and we really focus on the mental game of the game of basketball. And for them, understanding that our biggest competitor is us. They go out there and they do the things that they've been prepared for. We'll be fine. But we just have to get over that mental feat that sometimes comes back to bite us.
Girls, I hear we have a few college offers. Would you mind sharing where those are and any decisions coming up?
Yeah, I have one from Bellarmine University and one from Siena College in New York.
I have one from Bellarmine University, one from Louisiana Lafayette, and one from LaSalle, and then Southern Illinois, something like that, yeah.
Well, let's turn it a little bit lighter, and that is just as you just love the bus ride home after a game, a long bus ride. What's your favorite thing to do on a long bus ride to pass time?
I say we watch a lot of movies on the bus, a lot of movies because usually the games are pretty far away. And I think we're just a really humorous team all together. So, we could talk the whole bus ride home, the whole entire time. Coach Taylor loves it too, and we talk the whole time, especially after a loss. But no, it is a great time, and we find stuff to do.
We like to sing, surprisingly. So we always listen to music or sing, watch movies, like she said, and ignore Coach Taylor. Like, we're always just getting on her nerves on the bus ride back. They do.
That's a very impressive list of schools that you guys mentioned. What's most important for both of you in picking a college?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors for me, but the most important thing is just the academics for me as well. I want to really love the place I go to. I want to love the coaching staff. I want to love the facilities, the school itself, everything about it. So there's a lot that ties into it, but I would definitely say academics is the biggest thing for me.
I say the biggest thing for me is if I can trust the coaching staff and then the academics as well.
Coach, for you, when people talk about Jeffersonville girls basketball, what do you want the first thing that comes to their mind to be?
The first thing that I want to come to mind is the character of the girls, and they hear that from me all the time. It's not about who they are on the court, but it's about the person they are off the court. So one, I want to raise and help build a respectable young women who are successful in the future. But on the court, I want, for one, good sportsmanship. I want for that to be something that everyone always highlights. But then after that, I want for people to say that we play hard. Win, loss, we're down by 10, we're up by 10, but we play hard no matter what until the buzzer goes off.
Coach, I know you got 2 student athletes with you tonight. Who else will you be counting on this year?
Really, I mean, the great thing about this season is that it's not just about these 2 sitting here. I mean, on the top of everyone's scouting report, I know that these 2 will be highlighted. But we've really focused on the strength in numbers this season. So we'll really be relying on our 2028 class. We've got Jazz Bryant, we've got Maya Corbin, Jaron Johnson, Lorelai Darling, Marley Williams, but also our other singers. We have Maisie Smith, who was here with me last year at this interview, and Kaya Boatwright, who's been with me since she was a freshman. And then, as we mentioned earlier, we have Alicia Mangrum, who transferred in this season, and I make the joke of she's always seemed like a Jeff kid. Like, she's a great kid. She fits into our culture very, very well. And so, you know, that's what I expect is depth in numbers. And last year we played 6. This year my goal is to play 8, 9, hopefully 10. And hopefully these 2 are sitting down watching the game more than they are and playing it. But, you know, we'll see.
Well, let's dovetail a little bit off what you guys were talking about earlier, and that is, so who's the best singer on the team?
I'm going to have to go me, just because I'm confident in my singing, but I know Khalees is going to say her, and Coach Taylor's probably going to be like, me, but I'm going to say me.
It's definitely me, but we could say it's her. And yeah, Coach Taylor, she's all right.
Just off camera, Coach Taylor was very much raising her hand as the best singer.
Coach Sharon won a state championship last year. What's it like to coach with him, and maybe what have you learned from him over the course of your time there?
It is a blessing. I mean, for my first boys basketball head coach to be Sharon Wilkerson is nothing short of just a miracle, and of course AJ Moye joining our athletic department. The day after we lost sectionals, I sent Coach Wilkerson an email, and I said, Coach, you know, there's a lot I need to learn. Can I please shadow you? And that night, immediately, he sent me back. He said, you know, Coach, my doors are open. You can come to anything. I sat in on his coaches' meetings. I sat in on his practices. I sat in on his film sessions. I sat behind his bench. And for a coach that has the accolades that he has, I'm very, very fortunate that he was able to open his doors to me. And he's like a big brother to me. I mean, I know, you know, he's his persona that he gives to other people, but I really see Sharon Wilkerson for who he is. And he has really poured into me my first 3 seasons here.
Girls, what's the biggest life lesson that you've learned from basketball so far?
The biggest life lesson I've learned, probably just being myself on and off the court. You know, there's so much more to basketball. You know, I am a person off the court as well. So, and Coach Taylor has really, really helped us a lot with that too. You know, she cares a lot about us, but she really pours into us off the court as well. You know, just helping us grow as young women, and you know, so that's what I would say.
I say is to, like, don't give up when things are hard, and she's always preached that every day to me, and yeah, that's one thing.
So as you go into this season, what are your goals for yourself and for this team?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of goals for ourselves. We obviously want to win sectionals. We haven't won sectionals in 13 years, so that's one really big goal we have for ourselves. And, you know, just playing with high intensity and being competitive. You know, we all love winning games, so that's what we want to do this season, and we're really excited.
Coach, want to talk
about... My main goal for myself is the defense is, like, get better on the defensive side, and also for the team, the same thing.
Coach, talk about your schedule for a little bit. Who stands out on the slate?
Yeah, so my goal for this season is for them to face challenges early on. So we've added Pike, we added Carmel, we're playing still in the Ben Davis tournament, and the thing is that locally we're usually the more up-tempo, fast-paced team, but once we go up to Indianapolis, we're not. And so my main goal on this schedule was to have them face people that we will be facing later on down the road. And teams that stand out, I mean, our sectionals is very, very competitive. Well, we have New Albany, a very good team. We have Floyd Central, defending sectional champions, and they're having Elise Coleman come back. And so really our sectionals is our main focus, as McKenna just mentioned. But after that, I mean, we're preparing ourselves by playing these Indianapolis teams early.
Coach, you mentioned, the Indianapolis teams and playing down here. Having coached at Jeff on the boys' side, I always felt that was a challenge that here locally you can maybe get up and down and maybe have a little bit more talent to be able to spread the floor. But then when you get up to the Indianapolis teams, just because there's so many more people in Indianapolis, it's a little bit harder to do. How do you balance, because I do think that's a challenge I don't know a lot of people might be aware of, how do you balance that pace of play here locally, but then also as you go throughout the postseason and play those teams from up north?
Yeah, I think how we balance it is by teaching these young ladies what they'll learn at the college level is by making adjustments before we play our opponents. So when we play up in Indianapolis, I mean, it shouldn't be a secret, is that we're trying to slow them down. And when we play locally, we're trying to speed other teams up. So it really gives them great insight in terms of the ability at the college level to adjust game by game. But also it will teach us different coverages and things that prepare us for sectionals, regionals, and on there.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. It's head coach Taylor Sykes. We'll step aside. More coverage coming up. Scott Matthews, head coach of Charlestown, is next on Glycod.
Cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever. The Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Thanks so much for joining us at the Southern Indiana Girls High School Basketball Preview Live tonight from Boom Boss. Charlestown girls head coach Scott Matthews is here. And Coach, 10 years at the helm at Charlestown. What's it like to coach there?
Well, we've really enjoyed it so far. I really enjoy the kids and really like teaching them life lessons, not just basketball. So it's been great.
Coach, what excites you the most about this upcoming season?
Well, I think we got a good group of kids that play the game the right way. That's the first and foremost. They play both ends of the floor. They play both the offensive end and defensive end. We got a two-way team that really shares the ball and really plays the team aspect on the defensive end as well.
The importance of defense, Scott. I know it's paramount with your program. Is it difficult to coach kids nowadays to play on defense?
Well, we with our schedule and the type of teams in Southern Indiana, we really don't have much of a choice. That's really the only way we found a way to stay competitive is by being really good defensively and taking care of the ball and playing together on the offensive end.
Girls, question for you. I know we're only 3 days into official practice, but what are some messages that you're hearing consistently in the first 3 days that Coach has been emphasizing to you guys?
I would say definitely our communication. That's something we need to work on, and if we can get that down, we can do anything.
Yeah, communication is really a big part of a big key in basketball, and we have been saying that a lot, but that's really all I can think of.
Yeah, I'll say communication and definitely our defense, like pushing them outside the lane lines, because yeah.
I'd say helping like the younger kids with like mostly our defense, because that's what we focus on the most. But communication is definitely key, and that's our hardest part. And if we do that, we'll be amazing.
Ladies, what are your expectations this year?
Expectations? Our expectations is just share the ball, get along, and have fun. I mean, if you're having fun, then you're doing it right. So
I think a lot of our expectations is definitely like our defense. Like that is like something that we really like focus on. So we always have good expectations with that. And then again, just like being a team and being there for each other.
I think some of our expectations definitely fall by communication and being a team and sharing the ball.
I'd say like trying harder on offense. Like last year, we really didn't score as often. We had a few that scored more than others. So like maybe look on the offensive end more.
Okay, question for each of you ladies. Talking about the offensive end, what specifically offensively for each of you individually have you been working on this offseason?
in the off season, I've been working on my finishing at the rim and my threes off the dribble.
In my off season, I've been really working on my post finishes and finishing against the rim.
In my off season, I worked on like a quicker shot and definitely more finishing.
I've mainly just worked on like shooting it more and like threes and pull-up jumpers.
Scott, what do these young ladies like to coach?
Oh, I really enjoy coaching them. They play really hard and play together. The defense, like I said, has been the staple for us, but Natalie's been this will be her third year as a starter. The other two will be 3-year starters. They had to play as freshmen and sophomores and have huge roles then. And one of the ways we could really compete was defensively and being able to handle the ball. But I think we've really grown offensively. I think we'll be able to put some points on the board this year. Our skill set's got a lot better. We're a lot quicker. We're a lot stronger. In the summer, we play about anybody. When we played Floyd Central, we were really competitive with them. We played Gibson Southern. I can't remember who was in the semi-state down here. We played them. Evansville Central, we played them. So the summer, we get out and we play. So I think we'll definitely be able to put some points on the board. And then defensively and ball handling will still be our staple for sure.
Coach, how important is mental toughness to your team?
I think that's a big thing in everything, not just basketball, but in life. Trying to get the kids to stay in the mode that the next play is the most important. If they miss a shot, the next shot's the most important. We don't have time to be weak mentally or pout or mope. We got to stay ready for the next challenge.
What's the next challenge for you? Now, 10 years as head coach, is it a new challenge each season?
Well, every season's different. Even though I have the same kids back, our practices are different this year than they were last year. It's a constant cycle. You constantly got to change with the times and keep going forward, especially on the female basketball side of it. The game's completely changed. It's so much more athletic, so much more up and down. The defense is so much better. It's completely changed.
Girls, favorite pre-game hype song?
I don't know.
You stumped them, Andrew.
I think I did. Let's try this one. How about this? Favorite pregame tradition or routine that gets you locked in?
So we've been doing this before I was even in high school, but we have a Charlestown basketball sticker on our wall. So our last time out of the locker room before we play a game, we all high-five it or smack the wall. There's no like special meaning to it, but just doing that before every game, before every home game is it's special.
Yeah, that's all I can really think of is hitting that. So.
I mean, yeah, that's mine too.
Mine's the same.
We have one tradition.
Natalie, 3-year starter. What's it like to have played for Coach Matthews now throughout your career?
I mean, it's amazing. He's pushed me in so many ways, off and on the court. He pushes me to be a better person, a better basketball player, always encourages me, keeps my confidence up, which is very important, definitely for me. But yeah, it's amazing, and I'm sad to go soon.
Coach.
She's wanting playing time.
You just, when I look at your program since you've been there, the thing that sticks out to me is consistency. And, many seasons, 8 seasons, over 14 wins. How do you find that consistency every year?
Well, we just take it game by game. We just try to get better every day and have a next man up approach. Because I know a lot of people in this group, when Natalie was a sophomore and these other kids were freshmen, we had Maddie Nipper and the Coleman girl got hurt. A lot of people thought, I think, we'd win 3 or 4 games. We ended up winning, I think, 17 games with a tough schedule. We just try to make the best of what we can, try to be competitive. We don't ever make any excuses. We just prepare and move on, try to get better each day.
Your schedule this year, what do you want to get from the difficult schedule that you play?
Well, I don't think we have any choice but to play a difficult schedule. Silver Creek's in our sectional. Madison's very good in our sectional. Corden has been very good in our sectional. Our sectional, in the last years that I've been doing it for 10 years, seems like we've always got somebody in the state finals. So if we ever have an opportunity to get out of the sectional, I think we can make a run. But we have to play that schedule. We have to play the Jeffs, the New Albany's, the Floyd Centrals. We play pretty much anybody.
Girls, funniest person on the team?
This girl sitting right next to me, Chesney Jackson.
Yeah, I would say Maddie too, though. So she's pretty funny.
I say Chesney.
I say Chesney too.
It's a consensus. Guys, thanks so much. Coach Matthews, all the best to you this season, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
Great to have the Charlestown student-athletes and Coach Matthews. We'll wrap things up. We've got Kelsey Taylor, her first year as New Albany's head coach. We'll have her next. Live from Boobas, it's Glycod.
You guys are going to step around.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that claims hundreds of lives and makes thousands ill each year without warning. CO can be produced from grills, furnaces, even the fumes in your car. It can build up indoors and poison anyone who breathes it. But keeping your home well ventilated and purchasing carbon monoxide alarms from any hardware or home improvement store can reduce your risk from this invisible danger. This message is funded by the Floyd County Health Department.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We've been live at Boom Ba's in Jeffersonville. They've got a great promo. It's a game day trio called The Main Attraction, including an 8-inch one-topping pizza, 6 wings, and a soft drink for $12.99. Our last guest tonight, New Albany girls head basketball coach Kelsey Taylor. Welcome, Kelsey. Hi. An alum of New Albany. You played there as well, so your thoughts coaching the alma mater for the first time?
It feels great to be back home, just to be back on the court, and just I'm excited to be able to be the coach for these girls, to believe in them, to pour into them, and just to get them to the next level, like being able to play at 2 different college levels. I played at D3 and Division I, so be able to see both sides and prepare my girls for that, that's like the biggest goal.
Coach, what will a Kelsey Taylor team look like once you're able to get your system in place and get through the season? At the end of the year, what's that style of play going to be like?
I would say that we will work hard for everything that comes our way. I want to play fast. I want to work hard. I want to be more physical and just have a mentality that, like, nothing is given and everything is earned. I just want our girls to understand that, like, it's bigger than basketball. So, like, when other people and 8th graders come into our program or transfers, whoever that may be, they understand that, like, we're here to build leaders and women on and off the court. So it's just bigger than basketball.
So for you young ladies, what has, now having Coach Taylor here, what has she pushed you guys to do better?
She's pushed us to, like, be our best selves in practices and limited contacts, even the 2 hours that we have. She makes us give it our all and, like come out of our comfort zone every practice.
She's big on 1% better. So, like, you get 1% better every day. And it's, like, the little things that matter. Like, it's not, like, scoring a whole bunch, or it's, like, getting the most assists or, like, passing, blocks. It's, like, what builds energy. She's big on energy.
Coach, I know this team's not had a lot of success over the last few years, but what are you most encouraged about?
Oh, sorry, how young we are. That's what I am most encouraged about, that I get to have these girls for more than 1 year and just build them to my program and develop them for the future, and understanding that, like, we can only go up from here. So that's, like, the biggest thing. That's what I'm most excited about. We're very young, we're very talented, and then just developing their skills. And just like Claire said, like, getting that 1% better mentality and understanding that it starts now, but if we get 1% better from your freshman year to your senior year, your sophomore year to your senior year, like, how much more better you'll be.
Being a former Bulldog, what does that community and the support from the New Albany community mean to you and your team?
I mean, that was the biggest reason why I came back home. I always had dreams to go away from home after college, just to spread my wings and try out new things, travel new places. And then when I had this opportunity and just having the support behind me and people telling me that I should come back and be the head coach, and just having these girls, like, pour into me and just keep reminding me, like, this is my why. That's the biggest thing. Like, I come to school, I see old teachers, I read old notes from my teachers, I see old coaches, and it's been great.
So with your all's game and going into this year, what are goals that you have for yourselves and for the team in this year?
One goal that I have is just to be confident in our game plan, because be confident in the defense, because defense leads to offense. So, like, if I'm confident defensively, then I should be fine offensively.
Team goal, I want to improve, like, in every aspect that we started from last year. I just want to keep building off of it.
Like individual goals, obviously more aggressive on offense, defense, faster, stronger, just improving each day, practice by practice.
Kelsey, some wonderful coaches athletically at New Albany High School, including Coach Jones of the boys team. Have you guys compared notes a little bit, picked his brain about what's made him so successful?
Oh, yes. I'm like always in his office. That's my right-hand man. Like I always ask questions like, hey, how do you think this will work with my players? Because he knows them too. What about this offense? How would it be the best way to demonstrate this in practice or even teach it in practice? And then he's always helping me. He's one text away. He's always checking in, asking how practice went, how the girls are doing, and things like that. So I'm happy to have that support right across the hallway.
Who are some players here early on in practice in the preseason that have stepped up as leaders for you?
Oh, that's a really good question. No, we're actually figuring that out right now. I would say for sure there's 4 that I can name right now. These 2 right here, they're young, but they're learning. So it's one thing, just teaching them how to be a leader, an effective leader. But Emily Spainhour, she was 2-time conference player of the year. She's a junior coming back. She's a great leader on the court. When she's not there, is super quiet, things like that. So you could tell the difference. And then Jalen Huggins is stepping up. For her position, she's getting more comfortable, understanding the game more, and be able to talk to the younger ones.
Well, for you guys, what is your favorite thing to do, on the bus ride home, on a long bus ride home? What's your favorite thing?
Probably just laugh. Our team is so funny. Once you really get to know the people on our team, and once we get comfortable with each other, all we do is laugh. All we do is entertain each other. And on the bus rides, all we do is talk to each other. We're on our phones sometimes, but we're really engaged with each other, and we're a team, not just on the court, but outside of it too.
Yeah, everything she just said. Every bus ride is something that we're gonna remember. There's a new memory that pops up every bus ride. We're something, that's for sure.
Okay. Kelsey, how busy has it been for you? Kind of getting thrust into the fire, huh?
Yes. It's kind of funny because I was looking at old college videos the other day, and this reminds me when NCAA allowed us to go 20 hours a week. And I was it was very limited contact, was only 2 hours, 2 times a week, and then we're going 6 days a week for how many hours we want type of thing. So it's been very exhausting in a way, but a good exhausting. I look forward to practice. I actually genuinely while I'm teaching, I'm I get to go to practice here soon, things like that. So it's been a good tire.
Girls, on the team, who has the best shoe game?
Ooh, I want to say myself. I'm not gonna lie. I want to say myself, but there's me, Emma, Gracie, Chanel. We can all throw a fit together. I'm not gonna lie. We can all throw a fit together.
Yeah, me, Claire, Chanel, Emma.
Guys, we wish you the best of luck this year, and Coach, enjoy the journey.
Thank you.
Head coach Kelsey Taylor, head coach of New Albany. Take one more break. Be back to wrap things up. We're live at Boom Baz on Glycod.
Cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever. The Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
It's been a lot of fun tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. The Southern Indiana Girls High School Basketball Preview. One last wrap up here with Andrew Grants and Todd Carter. It promises to be an outstanding season. What are you going to pay most attention to this year, Andrew?
Well, for me, Floyd Central stands out as a team that had a great year and see how deep of a run they can make. But, man, that 1A sectional 63, there's so much talent in that sectional. You talk about Bordon returning, but there's some legit competition and teams there that any given night, could give them that run. So, for me, it's going to be the smaller teams, I think, and that sectional specifically that I'm excited to see.
I'm very excited with what Floyd Central brings back. I'm excited with what Silver Creek brings back. Oh, yeah. But like Coach Grants too, that some of those smaller school teams in that sectional 63 could be fun too. So again, I think we're in for a treat. I think for some really good girls high school basketball.
Andrew, your description of Scott Matthews' program at Charlestown, consistent, summed it up perfectly. He's done a great job there.
Yes, he has. And you look at a team like Silver Creek that's in a sectional, and they make it very, very difficult. But he puts together a team every single year that can compete for that sectional championship and make a run. But then sometimes you just run into some buzzsaws like the Silver Creek Dragons too. And so that'll be another exciting one to see.
Todd, New Albany, a new head coach, Coach Taylor. You get the sense she's going to churn them in the right direction.
Well, you would certainly hope so, and I think that school is big enough. It has enough basketball tradition, certainly, and certainly with the success that Coach Jones has had on the boys' side. I think there's a lot of good pieces there, and she just needs to put them together, and they'll do well.
That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our YouTube platform. Thanks to Boom Boss for having us here this evening. They will also welcome us back November 12th. We'll have the boys preview show. We would love to see you then. Joe O'Melion has done a great job on camera. Steve Bird has been our producer for Todd Carter and Andrew Grants. I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Boom Boss. You've been watching the Southern Indiana Girls High School Basketball Preview on Glycod.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.